All right, so Kritika Chan, in this recording videos, our team would like to present our assignments on the TO and CO analysis based on the house of the quality on the technology readiness levels that we have defined from the previous weeks. So next, before diving deeper into the contents of the presentations, we want to introduce our team members. Here are our team members that will be presenting in the next following slides on the contents of the assignments. So next, this is actually the 9 TOL levels or the 9 technology readiness levels that we have defined from the previous weeks. We got level 1 and 2, level 3, level 4, 5, level 6, level 7s, levels 8 and 9. So next we will define these levels to find out the customer requirement analysis for the house of qualities. So for the level 1 and 2 of the TLS levels, we got key players from the scientists, engineer, Thai government, and SUT for the involvement of this level. We work on finding the good strain, optimum condition to grow cannabis, and the suitable clearinghouse designs with the budgets from the government fundings on the university research with the time consuming within 2 years. So for this level, we got the customer requirement analysis on the cannabis strains. So next, let's move to the criteria that we come up for the CO and TO analysis on the cannabis strains. For the customer requirement size, we have 6 categories based on desired effects, medical benefits, flavors, and aroma. Potency based on the cannabinoid levels, growing difficulties, and the availabilities of the cannabis strains. For the technical requirement size, we have 3 main points to evaluate. For the cannabinoid profiles, we got 3 options, which are THC, CBDs, and CBGs. For the terpene profiles, which refer to the levels of aroma and flavors of the cannabis strains, we got 3, which we will compare based on the profiles of limonins, mycins, and pinines. For the species profiles, we got 3 species to compare of the cannabis plants, which are indica, sativa, and ruderalis. So next, let's move to the table of the house of the qualities for analysis on the cannabis strains. So based on the tables, we got 3 rating scores. The double circle, it got 9 score for the strongest ones. The 1 circles for medium, which accounts for 3 scores, and the triangle symbols, it represent the weak points, which is 1. So on the right-hand side is the tables of the house of the qualities. That's on the left-hand side, we got the customer requirements, as we got 6 categories to focus on: desired effects, medical benefits, flavors and aroma, potencies, growing difficulties, and availabilities of the cannabis strains. Which on the right-hand side, we got 3 things, as we have mentioned both on the cannabinoid profile, terpenes profiles, and species profiles. So if we take a look at the cannabinoid profiles, we got 3 THC, CBDs, and CBGs, which we, after rating score based on the customer requirements, we got CBD has the highest scores comparing to other 2 cannabinoid profiles, so THCs and CBG. So CBD has the highest scores of 36. And next is the terpenes profiles that we compare based on the aroma and the flavors of the cannabis strains. So we got mycins has the highest score of 30 comparing to 12 and 10s of another 2 types of the terpenes profiles. And if you take a look at this species profiles, which we got 3 of indica, sativas, and ruderalis, we got indica has the highest score based on the rating score of the customer requirements, which it has 42 scores higher than the other 2 species profiles of 28 and 14. So in conclusion, we got CBDs, micrines, and indica as the cannabis strains from the house of the qualities. So next is the another levels for analysis of the house of the quality.
Okay, for the level 3 and level 4 and 5, we try to combine this 3 levels together. But first of all, the level 3, we have players such as scientists, engineer, SUT lab, and the government involved in this project. And for our work, we will be testing the concept of the prototype by trying to creating the third level of the prototype with the budget from government and the university within the time of 1 year. For the level 4 and 5, there are three players, such as engineer, scientist, and farmer. And our work here is to validate our prototype in the lab and also with the farmer who are our targeted customer. And for the budget we receive from government and um, within the time of about half a year. And for this cultivation technique, we analyze it based on customer requirement. Um, there are six categories that the customer require. First is energy efficiency. Second, environmental control. Third, adequate lighting. Fourth, efficient irrigation systems. Fifth, efficient workflow. Sixth, data monitoring and automation. So in order to satisfy this customer requirement, we provide the technical requirements such as lighting, layout, and support system. And within those three categories, we divide it into each small choices that we can use to evaluate before we deciding to choose or select the preferable option. So for lighting, we have light deprivation and light supplementing. And for the layout of the greenhouse, we have hydroponic system or soil growing. And for the support system, we have drip irrigation and sprinkler, and also environmental control and monitoring system. So let's move on to our evaluation on these options. Uh, so based on the house of quality that we have constructed, on the left side is the customer requirements, which are the six points that we have described. And the right side is the technical requirement that we provide to satisfy the customer requirement. So for the rating, in terms of lighting, we got the score of 27 versus 13, which means the light supplementing is the highest among the two, which is the potential option for us to use in the lighting category. And for the layout, we can see that after scoring in terms of energy efficiency, workflow, data monitoring, we can got 39 to 18. So hydroponic is better than soil growing in this based on our evaluation. And for the support system, we um, found out that among the drip and sprinkler and environmental control and monitoring, we got 46 for environmental control and monitoring system. And comparing these three, lighting, supplement, hydroponic, and environmental control and monitoring system, they are aligned with our goal, which is the smart greenhouse. And since we use hydroponic, we are not necessary to use drip irrigation or sprinkler, which we can come to the conclusion that light supplement, hydroponic, and environmental control and monitoring are the three best choice for us to construct our prototype and validate with our customer. Yeah, so the next point will be based on the material and construction of the greenhouse.
So, like for the level 6 and level 7, we combine it together to create the greenhouse design and also the greenhouse material. So in level 6, the main player in this is the engineer. The work that they try to get done is to create system and also the subsystem in the demonstration environment. And the budget that we got is we will got the budget from the government. And the last thing is about the time consuming is will take around 2 years for this. And for level 7, the main player in this is we have the three main players. The first one is farmer, engineer, and also the government authority. And the work that they try to get done is that to validation of the greenhouse design free operation. And the last thing is greenhouse design remodification. And the budget is the same like the last level. We will get the budget from the government funding. And the duration is like the 2 year. So now let's move to the customer requirement analysis. In this point, we get like we have for the customer requirement, we have separate into 6 main things. The first one is the customer, they need the reasonable cost, easy maintenance, environmental resistant, optional light transmission, strength, and durability and the longevity. And to fulfill the need is we will have the technical requirement that we separate into three main categories. The first one is the frame material that we also have three choice for them to choose. Is the first one is aluminum, the can steel, and the last thing is wood. And the second thing is wrestling material. We have the polycarbonate, polyethylene film, and the last thing is acrylic. And for the insulation, we also have the choice for them. The first one is U-box like bottom roll, the can smart seal, and the last thing is bubble cushioning wrap roll. So the last thing is we move to the half of the quality. So as you can see at the left right hand is about the customer requirement. We still have we have the reasonable cost, easy maintenance, environmental resistant, optimal transmission strength, and the durability and longevity. So it also have we focus on the technical description. If we take a look at the frame material, we also have three main things for them to choose. But after we score all the three, we found that the steel is how the high score for the high score for the customer to choose. And so we decided to choose steel in frame material. And the second thing is for the brushing material. We also have three things for them to choose, but the highest score is acrylic is have 36 score. And the last thing is insulation. Insulation, we compare these three, we found that the smart seal is have the higher score. So for the conclusion in this material for the greenhouse, we choose the frame material, we will choose the steel, and brushing, we will choose the acrylic, and the last thing that we choose is for insulation, we will choose the smart seal. And so next.
Okay, so for the next step is level is the 8 and 9 for the TRL. For the player of this level, we need to collaborate with the farmer, investor, scientists, and also the engineer of this level to work together to find the final designs of the greenhouse destination, certification by Thai Foods and Drug Administration or FDA law, and deploy into the market. For the budget, we need some budget from the investor, the farmer, and also the government. And the time consuming, we need 1 year for achieving this level. And for the final product is in this level is also can be the cannabis greenhouse. Next slide, please. The next one we will show you about the overall of the quality function deployments of or QFD on the final product analysis. As you can see from the summary of the customer requirement and the technical requirement of the cannabis greenhouse, we have the appropriate of the goods cannabis strain, goods of the cultivation technique, and also goods of the greenhouse material, as you can see from the slide.